You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of taste. A journey into a wondrous tavern whose shelves are filled with the bottles of expert research.
So informative.
Whose bartenders pour healthy drams of goofy-assed humor.
So dumb.
Bad singing.
Crickets.
And silly sound effects.
Even more crickets.
I'm sorry to inform you that you've fallen
into the whiskey wormhole.
Hey everybody, it's Ed from the Whiskey Tangent Podcast, and I'm here with Scott.
Hey everybody.
And we have something really special and rare to talk about today. And with us is some guests from the past. They've been here before, they'll be here again. First of all, Jeff is with us.
It's great to be back.
Hey, Jeff.
And he is the source of our whiskey rarity that we have today.
He is.
And also joining us is the lovely Sue.
Hello.
Hello, Sue. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you for inviting me back.
She's like a little whiskey
Nymph.
Yeah, be careful.
Don't call her nymph. Little whiskey,
sorry.
elfin whiskey sprite that lives in a fine, fresh American oak barrel. It just pops up with a joyous little call whenever it's time to drink.
That grants wishes to all the orphans.
Yes.
It's the WhiskeyPixie.
There we go. I like that. So today,
All right.
Jeff was going through a stash of old family spirits, and there was a bottle of Halleys Comet blended Scotch whiskey from the Douglas Line Distillery, unopened,
Yeah.
in pristine condition. It was bottled in 1986,
Yes.
and it was 12 years old when they did that. It's not the Dead Sea Scrolls, but damn it, to us, it is. Scott?
Well, so I think maybe we'll throw it to Jeff to describe how you came upon this.
Well, I grew up in Blackwood, New Jersey,
Yes.
and my entire life, my parents had a bar in the back of the house. And one party, my one cousin's husband, who was a bartender, came and gave him this bottle. And this was 1986.
Wow.
Just released for Halleys Comet, which was coming that year.
Yeah.
And he gave it to my father.
Was your father a whiskey drinker?
Not really. He was a gin drinker.
Explains why it's not open.
Right, so it went right under the bar, and where it sat next to God knows what they used to drink.
Right.
Like blackberry brandy and all kinds of shit.
Rock and rye.
Seriously.
It was the 80s.
Kahlua.
Everyone's gone through like their parents' like old cupboard, of
Yeah.
liquor. And it's like
It's just terrible.
It's
It's
awful
sad.
stuff.
Sad liquor.
It's like peach schnapps.
Right, amaretto.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of amaretto.
Yeah.
The Di Serrano with the old brown bottle and dust.
Yeah.
So it was 1986, and it sat there, and I never knew what the hell it was.
Right.
It was just this cool blue bottle.
Yeah.
And about maybe 2 months ago, I was at their house, and my mother said, "Oh, you know what? I'd love to have a highball. Can you make me a highball?"
I would manage your height, Sue. Everything's a highball to you, isn't it? Go ahead, John.
So I had to dust off the layers of Antiquity.
Yes.
And it came in a cardboard blue box, which if you Google it, you'll see the boxes.
Yeah.
And it's like falling apart like one of the parchments from Indiana Jones. And
Right, it just crumbles to dust in her hand.
Yeah. But when I was pulling it out of the cabinet, I could hear the music from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, cool.
When he's like going in through the cavern and all the
beginning.
did you see the big like rock boulder start coming
Right.
after you as you lifted it up?
Not yet.
It's about to.
Yeah.
Once we taste it.
Yeah. That's when we're in the emergency ward.
Yes, exactly. Because who knows what this tastes like. But describe the bottle, because it's really very cool.
It's like a cobalt blue
Yes.
glass. It's sort of oval, maybe.
Yeah.
Oval on
it's
its
a
side.
weird shape.
It is a weird shape.
Yeah, and it says 12 years old, Halleys Comet blended Scotch whiskey, 43% alcohol, 86 proof.
I saw a picture of the box, and on the back of it, it had this description. Contained within a handcrafted ceramic flagon, produced in Scotland's oldest established pottery, this 12 years old blended Scotch whiskey has been commissioned to commemorate the return of Halley's Comet after its regular interval of 75 years. The once-in-a-lifetime blend contains the products of 7 of Scotland's finest malt distilleries, married with 6 of the best grain whiskies accordingly.
So what? They have 13 whiskeys in there?
13 whiskeys.
Wow, that's intriguing.
Yeah.
That's like what you do. when
Right,
you
infinity
start-
bottle. Yeah,
It's like an infinity bottle.
There you
Yes,
go.
exactly.
Right, our first infinity bottle, I think, had 13.
It actually did. That's very true.
Very good memory, Sue. That's why I keep you around.
This celebration blend of Scotch whiskey may be imbibed to celebrate the coming of the comet, or cellared for another special moment in the future, like now.
Well, holy shit. This can't be the moment they were thinking of.
Right, no.
When they said, hey, you know what? Take this 12-year-old whiskey and set it around for, I don't know, let's do 34 more years.
Yeah.
And now, in this little corner of paradise known as Marlton, New Jersey,
Right.
for the sake of our podcast, let's break it open.
Yeah.
Town that wasn't even established when it was.
Well, they certainly weren't podcasts back then.
That's right.
It's a blend of Macallan and Port Ellen whiskeys or scotches.
Oh, God. Port Ellen, she was my favorite on the Waltons.
Yeah.
John
Well, she
Boy,
turned out to
Mary
be a bit of a whore, though.
Wow.
She the one got pregnant on the show? It was scandalous.
She was a huge whore.
Yeah. All the Walton girls went bad. Like Marsha. Marsha Brady did too. God bless her. Yep. I always want to run up on Alice, but go ahead.
Yeah, because Jeff, you said you were talking to the distributor online on Facebook.
Yeah, we were going back and forth with questions, and they told me this bottle is 75% malt, 25% grain. Really all I got out
cool.
of it.
So that's the mix. So there's
Yeah.
7 different malt whiskeys in there, and that comprises 75% of it. And then the 6 grain whiskeys comprise the other 25%.
My question is, you just talked about the age, and I was whispering to Jeff over here
We heard
because
you.
I didn't want to ask a stupid question.
Oh, please
you know.
do.
There are no stupid questions here. Only stupid answers.
Yeah. Usually given by us.
Exactly.
Well, hasn't it been aging since 1986, or does it stop?
Oh, it's a great question. And that's something I thought the same thing when I was
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah.
What, like my age?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
The aging process of the spirit has to do with how it's barreled. So in American bourbon, for example, it has to be in a new, fresh oak barrel. There's rules. Scotland doesn't have such rules, right? They use used bourbon barrels. They use used Irish whiskey barrels and they use barrels several times.
They have their own rules.
So what you do is you take a barrel, Sue, and you burn the inside. It's called charring. Then you put the whiskey. It comes out looking like vodka. It comes out looking like a clear spirit, okay? You put it in the barrel. You store it for at least 2 years. And if you do that, you can call it a bourbon. Now, I don't know what the rules for Scotch is for that.
I
but
forget also.
You forgetting also? Is that the proper way to say that?
I forget also.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you knew a loophole in the
In the English language.
Yeah, that I didn't know. I wanted to, see if I can say that.
It's
somewhere.
Scottish.
I was just going to say,
Right,
is it
right.
the Scottish way of saying
So
it, or is
Or
it
Scott's way of saying it.
So for 12 years at least, the 13 whiskeys in here were all aged in barrels, and they were taken from those barrels and they were put together into this bottling.
But it is no longer aging once you put it in the bottle.
Correct.
So obviously this makes it a limited edition because they just made that
Oh, absolutely.
batch, and there
Yep.
you go, and done.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. It's
so,
very rare.
okay.
It's a treat to be able to try it. And honestly, when this stuff was bottled, all of us were young children.
We were.
We were like 6 or 7 years old when they put this in the barrels. And that's actually kind of amazing when you think about it.
It is. So just a little 3 paragraphs on Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet is a comet that's visible from the Earth with an orbital period of about 75 years, and it's been observed and recorded by astronomers since at least 240 BCE.
Yep.
When a description was noted in the Chinese Chronicle Records of the Grand Historian. Subsequent descriptions of the comet's reappearances have also been made by Babylonians and medieval European chroniclers. However, at those times, they were not recognized as having been the same object that was previously observed.
Right. How would they know, right?
Yeah, it wasn't until 1705 that the comet's periodicity was calculated by English astronomer Edmund Halley, after whom it is now named. During its last appearance, Halley's Comet became the first one to be observed in detail by spacecraft, providing observational data on the structure of a comet nucleus and the formation mechanism of both the coma, which is the fuzzy envelope of ice and dust, and the tail, which is actually 2 tails, one made of gas and one made of dust. And it's this dust that, when it crosses the orbit of the Earth, it creates 2 meteor showers that still exist every year, the Aquariids in early May and the Orionids in late October. Halley's is the only known comet regularly visible to the naked eye from Earth that might appear twice in a human lifetime. It last appeared in 1986 and will return again in 2061.
Well, Scott, let me know what that looked like. Because I will not be here. That's 41. No, what is it?
41 years from now, yeah.
41 years from now. So I would be
You'll be in your
90.
90s.
I'd be 93.
Yeah, I'll be 93 as well.
So you're going to look great at 93. You're going to be, Sue's going to be like, oh my God, Scott and Ed told us about this. Jesus, Ed's been dead for what? 40 years now? 38? Fuck, it's been a long time.
Who knew right after that podcast?
Right. Who knew?
Right. We were talking about it. He just dropped dead. It was
Right.
just terrible.
Right. One of those little asteroids actually started by the comet, fell down and hit him on the head. The odds are astronomical.
Literally.
We all had heart attacks.
So I think the next thing to do is to open it and taste
I
it.
know. We've been really patient.
Yeah, we have really been patient.
Here, pass it down this way. Oh, that's right. It's not open yet. Sorry.
Yes. Oh, yes. Jeff, please.
Jeff has to have the
Go ahead, make your comment.
Oh shit! All right, the cork broke.
Oh, the cork. Okay.
okay.
It's an emergency. We have to stop the podcast. Okay, so crisis averted. I did get the cork out of the, well, it's actually in the bottle. But
So not really what we wanted. So real quick, what happened was the bottle's a fantastic bottle. It's a flagon, as you know. And the cork is attached to a ceramic top and hasn't been fucked with for, what did we say, an additional 30? Yeah, it was 46 total, so it's been in the bottle.
34 years.
Right.
It was pissed off.
Right, so it's a 34-year-old cork, and it basically let me out. It snapped right off, so the cork was halfway broken.
Yeah.
We tried to corkscrew that; it was literally crumbling.
Yeah.
We pried part of it out, and then the rest just
Fell right
in. So we used a strainer and
We all had our theories on how to get the cork out.
Right. They're all yelling at me.
Scott with a vision of calm as we were just yelling and panicking.
No, that's not
No, don't
right.
do that. Don't stop. No, wait. Like, so you get the idea. And he strained it into a glass decanter. And then from that, he has dispelled this really delicious looking whiskey into all of our tasting glasses.
It looks great. It's got a very nice honey color to it.
And
Smells
very sweet smelling. I mean, a little alcohol, but not alcohol forward.
And it's a Scotch. It's not
correct.
Yeah.
It's a
And it's
blended
86
Scotch.
proof. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
86 big time apples. I'm getting on the smell.
Do you think they went 86 because it was 1986?
Oh, maybe.
Were they that? Did they think that much into it, or did I just?
That's too deep, I think.
Well,
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know.
86 is 86.
Mind blown.
Yes.
So Jeff, you mean red apples, not green apples?
Yeah, definitely red apple.
Yeah, I can get that.
Looks great. It smells great. Let's taste it.
Yeah.
Wait, should we have like poison control on speed dial?
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Holy, really good.
Wow.
It's terrific. A lot smoother than I expected.
I honestly feel like it is a Scotch Infinity bottle. It has that capacity. It's very complex. There's lots of flavors kind of layering at me.
It's quite good.
Yeah, it's good and definitely charcoal at the end. Like just hold on and taste the charcoal.
It's so my type of Scotch whiskey because it's not peaty and it's not overly smoky.
Right.
It's right in my wheelhouse, like a Chivas, Johnnie Walker, but better.
Better
than both of them.
Absolutely.
You know?
It does taste stronger than an 86 proof.
Yes.
It is sweet. There's a little bit of spice at the end.
Yeah.
I think I taste what you're tasting when you say charcoal, Jeff. Not really smoky.
Yeah, I get it too. But it's so
woody and oaky.
almost like a barbecue smoke, not a traditional smoked peat type thing.
Okay, for a person who is new to whiskey, I've always heard people kind of shy away from Scotch and not even shy away from it, kind of like, ew, Scotch. Ugh.
Right.
Now I'm drinking this.
Yeah.
And it reminds me so much of your bourbons.
Well, Scotch is actually the granddaddy of whiskey. And it was a lot of the Scotch and Irish descendants that used what they had in America, which was corn, rye, and a little bit of wheat.
Right.
In Ireland and Scotland, they use barley, malted barley.
Right.
Okay?
So it's a different grain altogether. And a lot of Scotch is also very smoky flavored. And that turns off a lot of bourbon drinkers. Because if you start with bourbon and you really like it, bourbon, as you know, is very sweet. It's corn
And that's why I
centered.
like it.
vanilla, caramel.
Exactly. And we talk about it all the time that there's the 5 flavors that you always get out of a bourbon. And that's not what you get with a Scotch. Right. What you get with a Scotch is very green. It's very earthy, grassy, smoky. There's different regions that produce different types of Scotch. And it's just different.
And Scott and I feel pressure to delve into Scotch because to be a whiskey person and to not delve into Scotch and try different Scotches, I'm limiting my exposure to something that's very important in this genre.
Yeah.
This is a perfect Scotch for me.
Mm-hmm.
It is sweet and complex and has the notes of Irish whiskey in it.
Little notes of cork.
Little notes of cork. And then it finishes.
Who doesn't like a little cork in their mouth? You know what I'm saying?
Ding, ding.
Boom, boom. Ed, do you think this tastes a little in the realm of monkey shoulder?
Yes. I mean, this is way more complex than monkey shoulder, though. But Scotch drinkers who are listening to us, if they are, the 6 of you that listen to us who drink Scotch, you have to know this is way more complex than monkey shoulder. And most of the Johnnie Walkers.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot. Sue, as someone who doesn't really know a lot about Scotch.
And this is your first
This
Scotch.
was my first Scotch.
Yeah.
Ever.
So how do you like it?
I'm really enjoying it, which I'm surprised because of what I've heard out there. And of course, I'm still new to just whiskey in general.
Wait till we give you a bourbon whiskey next to it.
Yeah, I think the side-by-side comparison. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I think the opinion that probably matters most is Jeff's. You found this, you dusted it off, you did the research, you talked to the distributor. What do you think of it?
Right, we ruined the bottle so you can't take it home. What do you think about all that?
No, I love it. I've had some scotches and which are fine, but I can drink this all day.
Yeah.
I can just sit here and sip it. It's way better than I expected it to be.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, I couldn't agree with it more.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, in 1986, this is a really well thought out spirit. They worked on this. This is spectacular.
I mean, for it to be a 13 whiskey blend, they must have gone through a lot of permutations to get the taste just right. I mean, hats off to them 34 years later.
Yeah. I just like to think that maybe my father's watching us as drink his whiskey.
Drink his bottle of whiskey.
That he had hidden behind the bar forever.
Right.
And
for 34 years.
34 years.
Yeah.
You know what, Jeff? Let's have a toast to your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful.
Toast to Jeff's dad.
Father's Day just passed a little while ago.
Yeah.
Very good.
To Ray.
Thank you very much.
Very nice.
So this was bottled in 1986. So I think Jeff has some fun facts about 1986.
It's the year I graduated high school.
Me as well.
Right.
I think I was still middle school. I'm just
Oh, my
kidding.
God.
So you're only 1 year younger than I am.
I know, you're so full of baloney over here.
1986, you were in front of the mirror with a hand of, it was called
Aquanet.
Watch yourself.
Aquanet, or
Where are we going here?
it was called Stiff Stuff, because that's what my mother had.
Oh, hello.
And it was basically liquid
In front
glue.
of the mirror with something called stiff
Yeah.
stuff.
No,
And-
that was me. That was me, Jeff. I was in the front of the mirror with something called stiff stuff.
Yeah, and
A handful, if you will. All right, well, before Jeff gets into his, I do have just a short list of events.
are you going to step on my
You
events?
are. He didn't even begin. He
I
said
know-
one thing.
No, I know. I'm sorry.
What happened to the fun facts?
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Well, hey, why don't we trade fun facts since we both did this? You go first.
Okay, the year is 1986. A time of excitement, innocence, growth, and as you will soon learn, horror.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
It doesn't end well.
There's some bad stuff that happened in 1986.
Listener warning, this will be getting dark. The nation is led by President Ronald Reagan and his VP George H.W. Bush, with Speaker of the House Tip O'Neill.
Oh, I remember Tip O'Neill. Tip O'Neill.
Remember him?
I bet you he drank.
he would be loving this right now.
Yeah,
if
and-
Tip O'Neill had this in 86, and he might have.
He might have.
He was like, what a splendid bottle, Jeffrey.
Along with Senate Majority Leader Bob Dole.
Bob Dole.
Bob Dole loves bourbon.
Bob Dole loved bourbon.
A gallon of gas costs 89 cents. A Ford Mustang costs $7,400.
Oh my God, that was my first car. Thank you.
Was it?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, not that year, but yeah.
Right.
It,
Oh,
it was
gotcha.
a Mustang, but it was way earlier.
But 12 years older and
Yes.
costs about $1,100.
Right. Yes.
I seriously think that's how much it cost.
It's a good guess.
I love that car. But okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, in 1986, the Tandy portable computer cost $1,600. Anyone have one of those?
I'm going to tell you right now, I bought a Tandy 3000 in 1997, and it cost $3,400.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking lying.
Oh, yeah.
It was more than my car.
Just the fucking
Tandy-
word a Tandy is like insane.
It's a cunty name for a computer.
It is cunty. The first Apple computer also came out that year, and it was $2,500.
Wow.
Which is more expensive than the average Macintosh today, which is only $1,900.
Right.
Oh my God.
I mean, if you can prorate that, we're just literally talking about a $6,000 computer when it came out. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Kids in school were rocked by the shuttlecraft Challenger disaster.
It's terrible.
while Hands Across America underwhelmed expectations.
Yes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Hands Across My Lap was always a good time in '86. High school was fun, you know?
We're all taking a sip of our whiskey right now.
As we all digest, as an appropriate statement. Yep. Hands Across My Lap was spectacular. Hands Across America, sorry.
Yeah, it didn't even get all the way across the country. Lame. Although 6.5 million people did participate
Who
in the
the
event.
fuck wanted to sit in the Great Plains in that middle of a nightmare of Nebraska waiting for the hands to come to them?
Well, it wasn't that so much. It was the desert Southwest.
Oh, right.
I mean, there's nobody there. They'd have to bus people out there.
Right.
Fuckers.
So it was all about location.
Location, location,
and
location.
and the annoying thing called the Rocky Mountains that befuddled travelers and settlers for years.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. The Iran-Contra affair breaks the news
Yeah.
where Oliver North and his secretary, Fawn Hall.
Oh, yeah, Fawn Hall.
Remember them?
Yeah, she became a sex symbol.
Yeah,
His
the
names,
Testifying
oh my
in front of
God.
Congress.
Yeah. Caught shredding documents implicating them in selling weapons to Iran and channeling the proceeds to help fund the Contra rebels in Nicaragua.
Do you think that would have the same result today with social media?
Oh,
Probably be worse.
yeah, I know he'd have a red hat on.
God. All right, we're getting into politics. We don't,
Right, that has
we
to
don't
be
need
cut.
to do this. Yeah.
Cut that. So,
How can we segue back to fun facts?
No, here's how we segue. In April, a Chernobyl nuclear reactor exploded,
holy shit, that's right.
releasing radioactive material across much of Europe.
Oh my God, Europe was all aglow over that.
The area immediately around which is still an exclusion zone to this day and may remain dangerously radioactive for up to 20,000 years.
That's a lot of Halleys Comets coming.
It is. Divide that by 75, and that's how many times.
Ed's not going to see
But
that.
it was caused
You won't
by,
see any of them either.
It was caused by a safety test. It
Yeah.
wasn't even like a cracked reactor or anything. It was they going through a fucking safety test.
Yeah, their safety test fucked it up.
And on Wikipedia,
It's so Soviet Union, right?
it names the guy. It gives his name who was in charge of the safety test. Now, where the fuck is he now?
Well, he died.
He's underneath.
He died. Oh,
Yeah, he's
jeez.
in the Ural Mountains in Siberia. Name a country from Risk. That's where he is.
Yeah. Irkutsk.
Wow.
So in November, the first case of bovine spongiform encephalopathy, more commonly known as mad cow disease, is found. Millions of cattle were culled to stop the epidemic, and as of 2014, 177 people died from the human form of the disease.
Right.
1986 saw the Mets defeat the Red Sox in 4 games, highlighted by the infamous Bill Buckner error.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Bill Buckner.
Definitely.
He couldn't go to Boston. They had traded him. Guy was a good player. Like, he had a bad play.
Right. He had a bad play at the worst time that you could have a bad
Yeah,
play.
it was a terrible play.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but fans sometimes they do.
I have a sports thing. In November of that year, a 20-year-old Mike Tyson would become the youngest heavyweight boxer champion in history by defeating Trevor Burbeck in 5 minutes and 35 seconds.
He was a machine back then. I watched him. I was in high school. I watched
beast.
all his matches from probably his 6th match on. I didn't miss any of them, and I've never seen anyone like him. And I just saw him on YouTube last week training.
He was a beast.
He was.
Yeah.
He's 50.
Absolutely.
He's 54 something, and he's still throwing bombs. They actually think he might come back and fight a couple people just to do it. Because what else is he going to do? Get another face tattoo?
I'd be ecstatic.
You know what?
Nice impression.
Yep.
Yeah. I have the top 10 music singles and movies for 1986.
For this episode that we're doing now?
Oh, I'm going to cut this down and trim it to like whatever is the funniest. Jesus Christ. I keep hitting that. That's annoying me.
We're social distancing
We are.
during this casting,
Right.
and Scott's having
Yeah,
a hard
Scott's
time
far
with
across
this
the room, and
yes.
he keeps turning to talk to us, and he keeps banging his head into the
I think we should
arm.
note that,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the whole.
We are social
Yes.
distancing.
Yeah.
I'm actually located downstairs in my car. I can't even see anybody. I'm actually on Bluetooth right now.
So let's just go to the movies. Number 10, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Great movie. Still good to watch.
Ooh, yeah.
Love it so much.
I,
yeah.
My kids, teenagers, we just watched it within the past year. It's been a couple months. Loved it. Loved it. We've been doing the whole 80s,
Typical
Boom,
movies.
boom. Number 9, Ruthless People.
Wait, was that Danny
Forgot
DeVito?
about that one.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito?
Bette Midler, too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie. It's underrated. I mean, it's dated now. I wouldn't watch it again, but it was funny when it came out.
A surprise at number 8, The Golden Child.
Oh my God.
God.
I love that movie.
Well, how are you rating this? By gross revenue?
Gross
or?
revenue in that year.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy, he was huge then.
He was. The guy who played the villain played Tywin Lannister in Game of Thrones.
Yes, he did. Great memory.
Charles Dance.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Nice.
did.
Number 7, Aliens.
Scared the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie.
Great fucking
Scared.
movie.
How can they be inside the perimeter and they pop through the fucking drop ceiling? Holy shit, dude. I was like, I'm the fuck out of there, man.
Number 6, Back to School.
Oh, yeah, Rodney Dangerfield and Sam Kinison. This is a great little.
I don't think I ever seen
Oh,
that.
it's funny. It's
Oh,
funny.
there's that line from, I always do it in like Wanamakers. And it's like, well, whatever, Macy's.
at the time.
in the 30s.
And this old lady said, "What are you doing?" And Rodney Dangerfield says, "Hey, we're just browsing." And she says, "You don't look like browsers.
Hey, we're just browsing
We're
you.
just browsing here."
Number 5, Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home.
Wow. Is that the whale one?
Yes, that is the whale one.
Wow. I can't believe I remembered it was the whale one.
Yeah, very, very good, nerd.
It was senior year in high school, man. Let's go out to watch
Is
Star
that like
Trek.
Star Wars?
Oh,
Number 4, Karate Kid Part 2.
oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I had
I never saw it.
Macchio all over my wall.
Oh,
I
I
like
bet
the
you
first
did.
one.
Michael J. Fox and Ralph all over
Oh,
my
you like
wall.
the short guys.
They're all taller than her.
Right. Are they?
I like the first one, but I liked when Karate Kid 4 with Hilary Swank came out.
Oh, my God, that's right.
That
was 4?
Yeah.
I don't think I made it before.
No,
I felt so
I-
guilty watching it until I found out she was like 20 when she filmed it. Like, oh, thank God.
Karate Kid 4, the adult. Number 3, Platoon. Yeah.
Great movie
Great
until we
movie.
realized that that's how Charlie Sheen always acts.
Number 2, Crocodile Dundee.
That's
The
not a-
number 2 movie of that year.
It should have been. It was great. That's
It
not
was
a knife.
fun movie.
Yeah.
This is a
That
knife.
I'm
was-
surprised. I'm surprised, though.
This is the
Yeah.
knife. He was monstrous that year.
Oh, he was. He
That's
was.
a
Yes.
knife.
And the number 1 movie, no surprise, Top Gun.
Oh, yeah.
Did not see it. Have never seen fucking Top Gun.
Random belligerents.
50
Oh
years
my
old.
God. Well, let's take our shirts off and play volleyball right now in celebration.
You know in Seinfeld how Jerry counts how long it's been since he threw up? Well, it's like a badge of honor for me not seeing Top Gun.
Yeah, you know, that's the same thing with me and It's a Wonderful Life.
I resent you for that because it's my
Wow,
favorite
That's
movie.
a fantastic
And
No, it's not. I will never see it.
you have no idea of his favorite. It's a good movie.
Sue just gave me the finger.
I'm so fucking angry at you for not giving it a chance.
Because I wear it as a badge of honor, just like Jeff does with Top Gun. I'm not going to force Jeff to watch Top Gun. Top Gun's a great movie, but if you don't want to watch it, that is perfectly fine with me. In your face, Ed.
Every TV show you've ever watched has done a play on It's a Wonderful Life. Whether it's Fonzie wishing he was dead and you find out that how rich he would have been.
It doesn't matter. Scott's going to cut all this good stuff about It's a Wonderful Life out. He has the power.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter.
Cut.
Merry Christmas, George Bailey.
Cut.
Merry Christmas in jail.
Cut. Okay, we've recorded 53
We've
minutes
lost
of material.
all our views.
Yeah, so we need to close this down.
Can you give us the number one song and the number one show?
Was it Madonna?
No.
Whitney Houston.
86. Michael Jackson.
Okay, Whitney Houston is on. Madonna is not on
That's impossible.
the top 10 of 1986.
Michael Jackson.
No, wait, 1986?
Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No.
Cinderella.
No.
Don't know what you got, rat.
Rat. Have some cheese, rat.
It's
It's an old joke.
People,
Okay.
like with everything involving the four of us, people have shut it off long ago and going to bed.
Number one song. That's what friends are for. The Dionne Warwick, Gladys Knight, Elton John, Stevie Wonder song.
Oh my god.
Should we like
Fuck.
slow dance at this point?
Yeah.
In a circle.
That's what
Journey?
friends are for.
Was Journey Genesis anywhere in
No.
the top? Oh my
No,
god.
no. I can go through them real quick just for fun.
Yeah, just hear him.
Yeah.
Because you'll just edit it out.
Yeah. Number two was Say You, Say Me from Lionel Richie.
Fucking lame songs.
I Miss You from Climax.
Lame.
On My Own, Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald.
Lame.
Broken Wings from Mr. Mister.
Terrible.
How Will I Know from Whitney Houston.
She's fine. but-
Party All the Time from Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wants to party all the time.
Party all the time. Party all the time.
It was so bad.
So wait, wasn't Golden Child number 6 too? Was he just living at number 6?
He was living it up in 86.
I mean, he has 2 mediocre projects that are on the top 10. You gotta love it.
Yep.
Anyone that has made it through the podcast at this point, go straight to Google and Google the Party All the Time music video.
Yeah.
It's fucking fantastic.
Number 8 was Burning Heart by Survivor. I don't even really remember that song. Number 9, another Mr. Mister song, Kyrie.
Yeah, I remember it.
Exactly. Number 10 was Addicted to Love, Robert Palmer.
Oh man, I can't. That was hot, man.
No.
He had
Sexy,
that hot
sexy
band.
video.
He was an MTV innovator, no doubt.
Yes.
All right. This is going to be the worst edit of my fucking life.
Yeah, this has been a train wreck.
All right, Ed, take us out.
So, Jeff, thanks so much for bringing a delicious Scotch whiskey, Halleys Comet, 12-year-old blended Scotch. A blend of 13 scotches was way better than we expected. The bottle spectacular. The whiskey was pristine. It wasn't affected at all by age.
No, or the cork that I dropped into it.
If any of you can come across a bottle of this who are Scotch drinkers and you like blended Scotch, it's going to be a special treat for you. Again, thank you, Jeff, for bringing it. Thank you, Sue, for joining us. For the Whiskey Tangent Podcast, I'm Ed.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
Cheers, everyone.